Do I think Gerald stands a chance? Yeah, Gerald beats the top guys sometimes. All right, here we go. All right, we have Byun in the bottom left. We have Gerald in the top right. Terran versus Protoss here on Hecate. It's going to be a best of 3. Just now starting. And the winner of this will play against Parting, so that's a pretty fun match. So, yeah. Yeah, looking forward to it. So, okay. Yeah, for those of you who don't know Gerald, he's just like a very strong, I believe, Polish Protoss player. He's been playing a long time. He plays in the cups all the time. He does get wins against these top guys. I believe he's eliminated Byun before. I think he got Dark one week. I think he's killed Cure once. You know, he's good. He's like, it takes one of the cup winners basically to take Gerald out. Gerald is always in the path of a cup winner, basically, right? Like a Clem or a Max Pax or a Byun or, you know, someone like that. Solar, Dark, you know, those are the people normally that Gerald he'll hit them. They'll play a nice series and Gerald will end up losing. So it's a solid match is what I'm trying to say here. You know, this is like one of the most important tiers of pro gamer. Right? The pro gamers that actually don't end up winning, but like they're good and they give you a very good game. So, and you know, you hope that one day they will be able to win as well. That would be a nice thing. That's kind of funny. He brings the attacked SCV over and starts the factory with it. Huh. It's kind of weird. Anyways, the probe of Gerald going to turn around and get out of here. He knows it's a Reaper on the way and wants to escape before that Reaper is ready. And, yeah, just chronoing out the Adept. Quick reactor coming up here for Byun on that barracks. And, of course, the Nexus is going to be completing relatively soon here. Command Center gets started on the other side there for Byun. Getting started in the main base. I don't think that Gerald was planning any heavy pressure, but, you know, it can be very safe to do that. And you can make them think, oh, maybe... You know, there's like a one base all in coming, something like that, or something more aggressive basically than what you are doing. Now, Byun gonna rotate out with this Reaper. He is making a mine, going for that that starport anyways. So definitely gonna be getting a medevac out, I would guess. Probably gonna do a little mine drop. Yeah, Gerald sees the mine, so that's going to tell him that he needs to defend against an incoming drop. Robo as well as Twilight coming up, so we're going to have some amount of gates and Blink Observer, probably 3 gates if I had to guess. But honestly, if you see a mine, I think the best play you can do here would be 2 gate into third base. Because mine openers are very much harassment based. There's very few good all-ins that come after it. Maybe that Thor all-in kind of. But yeah, I think a situation like this, that's going to be probably your best play, is to get that expansion up as quickly as possible. Now, already Gerald has knocked down a mine and a marine and an SCV. So that's like pretty badass, honestly. Put some damage on those marines. Going to go ahead, shade out, saves all of his units. And hey, there's the third nexus as I suggested. I believe he did this off 1 gateway. I believe he did it off 1 gate, so he's actually taking what I said to another level. That's kind of cool. I like it, though. The theory behind it is correct, right? I think that's the important thing to take away. Like, I look at it and I say, okay, I think 2 gate is good because it's like always safe. Gerald might look at this and say, well, it's a mine drop, man. Like, I've got 3 adepts, I've got a stalker, I'm gonna have a 2nd stalker, we'll be fine. And he might just be right about that. And we'll see. He's lost a couple probes already here. Boosting into the natural. And, okay, does snap that mine. Loses a 3rd probe. So, like, should he have gotten the 2nd gateway first? I mean, he would have more units right now, but it feels like that this is basically held at this point. So we're not going to over-discuss this situation. But, yeah, it's... I think it's a cool thing. You got to try to push the envelope forward. You got to try to get more greedy in these situations if you can. So very smart plays here from Gerald so far. A couple more gates coming up. Blink almost done. And of course, we have Stalkers being warped in here as well. Little push out here from Byun. Can Byun get something done? I mean, that's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. And he hits the Liberator in the main base. Yeah, maybe he really should have gotten the 2 gates. Maybe I was right all along. That is... I don't think you can save that. I don't think you can save that. And the Liberator's destroying you right now. Byun just putting on a clinic on how to punish an overly greedy Protoss player. So, yeah, right now this looks extremely Byun favored. And of course, he will take out that without too much damage. But he's got 8 Stalkers total. He can probably stop this because he's about to have the Immortal come out. So the Immortal comes out. You kind of push that forward to hit the tanks. Oh, that's not how that was supposed to go. Already using the shield. That's rough. He does blink forward there. And, oh, God, that's not... Gerald with some bad control, honestly. Losing that Immortal like that, taking those initial hits as well. All of that very, very painful indeed. He's going to blink forward and just target the tanks down. One of his Stalkers, unfortunately, getting trapped there. And good micro. Really good micro from Gerald. It's too bad that Byun just smashed his third base so quickly there. Because definitely I'm looking at this game and Byun, it feels like, has a very solid position. Let me just take a look at it for a second. I'm trying to figure out if Byun can actually kill him with the next push. I feel like the next push is very likely to kill Gerald based on Byun's skill set. Like, okay, yeah. Oh, does he have 1, 2, 3? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, he did go 5 racks before the 3rd command center. So that's a very aggressive play from Byun. For a long time, like, that was not used very much against Protoss. People really kind of prefer the 3 racks 3rd command center play. But here, Byun really front-loading his unit production. Stims up here. There was a recall there to get his Stalkers back, but it seems like he just doesn't have enough. So yeah, it does look like this next push from Byun very likely to end this game. Gets that High Templar before Storm is out. He killed the Zealots before Charge was done. Some more Stalkers are being warped in. 3rd Nexus once again under fire here. Might be going down. And I don't think that there is much help left here for our Protoss player. Byun is trying to take down what units he can. He may turn on the Nexus. We'll see. I think he's just going to target Stalkers as much as possible. Okay, he just ran out of the damage to kill this, I think. No, he had just enough left there with those Marauders. Just enough. So really excellently controlled by Byun, getting maximal damage. But yeah, so looking at this, it's like too many things have gone wrong for Gerald, as you can see. He has, like, defended technically, but Byun is landing a 3rd as he starts his 3rd for the 3rd time. It's a lot of 3rds. Yeah. Not looking good for our Protoss player. But I feel like you can see from this game, if one less bad thing happened to him, he'd be in a great spot, right? Like, he's doing a lot of things very well, but maybe just slightly too greedy. Byun just good enough with these units. I mean, Byun is one of the best attackers that we have in StarCraft 2 anyways. And you can see he's applying that pressure the entire time. Yeah. We'll be seeing GG in a second here from Gerald. He's going to storm and try to stay in this. But you can see his actual army quality is pretty small. Like, Byun just shoves his way back up the ramp, even after eating those Psy Storms. Third base is up and running. Byun going to stim to get out of there. Turns around and fights for a moment. Yeah, Gerald is just, he's bleeding out. Gerald should just all in from here. And honestly, oh, that's hilarious. He made 2 Ghost Academies and they got his units stuck in there. But yeah, we should just see an attack from Gerald. It looks like he is going to start a 3rd Nexus. But like, what does he need for the attack to do? He's down 30 army supply and he's down 11 workers. And he's down a base. Now, he'd need to kill all of what you see on the screen. And I don't think that there is any possibility in that. Like, 0. Ghost coming out from Byun as well, so that EMP going to make a difference also. Super, super painful. Yeah, Byun doesn't even care. He sits in that Psy Storm. It's the only one. Oh, no. The second one was there. Never mind. An EMP does go off, but yeah, I mean, that's really, really, really it. Viking coming out to make sure he kills that as well. Gerald's going to GG. Almost. I think Gerald may be just slightly a little bit greedy there. And the thing is, moves like that really quick 3rd Nexus, the idea is correct. You see a mine. In fact, you killed a mine, you killed a Marine, you didn't lose anything. You want that 3rd Nexus as quick as you can get it. Now, did he take it too quickly? The thing is, something like that can be very hard to punish. It can be very hard to punish. Maybe if Byun didn't add in the Liberator or something. You know, I think for a lot of Terran players, they're not going to punish him there.
Gooners in the chat, follow along and you'll learn just fine. You goon like this.
Like this, like this.
Now you're goonin' brother.
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 Like this, like this.
Now you're goonin' brother. Now you're living brothers.
All right. Thanks. Here we go. Game 2. Byun versus Gerald. We're on Alcyon. Bottom left, we have Byun. Top right, we have Gerald. And yeah, here we go. Quick probe coming out. Probably just to do some scout and harassing, I would imagine. But we'll see. There's still no pylon in his main base. Maybe... Oh, no. He starts the pylon. Never mind. Starts that pylon in the main and coming across the map. I mean, there is a proxy build called the Max Packs that you could do here. That is how Max Packs first got known. It was a Beastie Cutie video. And in fact, it's going to be the Max Packs, I think. So the Max Packs build, this is an old build. Okay? And it literally, like, swept the world by storm. When Max Packs was an unknown EU GM, he made this build, and Beastie Cutie made a video about it. And it was, like, a very exciting, fun time. I talked to Beastie a lot about it. I actually played this build a bunch of times. That's how long ago it was. And but this is slightly different. This is going to be two gate. So the Max Pack specifically is you make a pylon in your main while one of your first probes goes out and makes one proxy gateway. You have to make the pylon because it just takes too long to get across the map and you need the supply, and it doesn't impact your money in a negative way. But then you basically make a zealot, and then you go into like stalker or sentry, and you harass. And like if they have the command center on low ground, you can really fuck them up and get ahead. A lot of times, and it had a lot of different follow-ups. Now, this is a proxy 2-gate instead, so it is a bit different. There is a gas up now for Gerald, so he is getting into some of that gas. He does have the cybernetics core. It still feels Max Pax-ish. So it might be something like a more all-in-ish version of it is kind of what it looks and feels like at the moment, but we'll see. So the first Reaper pops out, and it's going to go after this probe. And obviously clear that. But as it clears the probe, it's going to be able to go down and scout what's going on. I would be very surprised if Byun does not find this immediately. And when you find it, it's like, how does this end up working? Now, to be fair, a lot of Terran openers, you would have already started your command center in low ground. If you have your command center in low ground against this, 100% you have to cancel it every single time. So just something to keep in mind. Now, the triple zealot's actually coming up. Ooh, he breaks it. I actually did not know. That looked really, really close. But he breaks the building reactor there. So a tech lab is made. The tech lab builds way faster. So that might be why he's decided to switch that up. He is getting a Cyclone. Cyclone's very good for holding builds because you can out-micro everything with it pretty much. Oh my god, I think he just swiped his own Zealot with his Zealot if I was not mistaken there. Cyclone comes out, locks onto the Stalker immediately. So a little bit painful there. Second Stalker comes out. Zealot for tanking. Feels like Byun is out controlling right now. But you're getting 2 Stalkers at a time. And don't forget, when Warp Gate finishes, you get an additional 2 Stalkers. So we might hit a point of overwhelm. That is a possibility. Now a bunker being made. He's only got a few units here. Brings that Zealot up. Does tank a little bit. Okay, gets to target that down. 2 Cyclones now. I feel like you do have to run away from this. You're going to need 3. Well, more than 3. I would say 5 is good here. 5, you can probably beat this. 4, he turns around. Okay. He did not make the 5th, so he wasn't continually producing. Instead, a Nexus, a Twilight going up at home here for Gerald. And a couple shield batteries also. He knows that Reaper's coming across the map, so shield battery is probably the easiest way to deal with it, so you don't have to send a goon home. Or a Stalker. Little bit of harass from the low ground there. Byun just coming in with this Reaper and dealing some damage. Dude, look at how many probes he's sending. This is not what you want to do against Byun. Byun's not going to lose that Reaper. Some players will lose that Reaper, not Byun. And it doesn't look like he's really going to get much more Stalker damage. Look at that, a tank sieged up. Byun is looking invincible right now. Not a bad idea from Gerald, like a risky idea. But Byun is a very strong player, so you are looking for an edge there. Unfortunately, he does not find it. All right, this push coming out, going after these gates. This is a painful moment right now for poor Gerald. Yeah, the tank and siege mode. He warps in a Stalker and loses a Stalker and some more health while waiting for that. Pure pain. Pure pain. Worker count somewhat even. And, you know, that natural expansion is just now going to get started on mining from Byun. So definitely the economy has been better for a little bit for Gerald. But not for a super long time. Yeah, Stalker's walking home. Does have those gates being made. Catches that. Okay. Has more units this time against this incoming push. All right, nice little pick. Warping in. Blink is about to finish, so he should be able to hold this, honestly. Like, with really good micro, I think you hold. Come on. Oh, Blink's not done. Shit. Ah, he loses 2 more Stalkers before Blink finishes. Dude, that's so painful. That was so close. He was so close to having that. That is incredibly painful. And now everything kind of going wrong for Gerald. Unfortunately, he is losing a lot of his Stalkers. Again, he'll be able to hold this, but his position has become quite a bit worse than what it was before. Byun's pressure doing a great job here. Great job. I can't believe that medevac got out of there. Just can't believe it. Craziness. He does catch most of the units on the way out, but he saves the medevac. Medevac and the siege tank, both very important units, so to save one of them, you're pretty happy. More gates on the way. Charge upgrade as well. Templar Archives. Third command center here for Byun being made. And so this time it is going to be like a 3 racks command center, and then you'll add a couple more racks, and there they are. They just get started now. just slightly less aggressive than the previous game, but still in a great position like that previous game. He's actually twice the army supply right now of Gerald. And your army supply does get eclipsed in this matchup, but definitely the quality is not super high for Gerald either. Like a lot of times when you get your supply eclipse, it's like, well, I do have 3 oracles, or, you know, well, not 3, but, you know, I do have a couple oracles, or I do have, you know, some Phoenix Colossus, so you have some technicality. Here he's just got like Gateway Man, but that's worse than the bio forces that we have here. Oh boy, that's going to be GG, I think. That's too much. That's way too much. So yeah, Gerald is going to fall here. Again, a good player. Not quite Byun's level, but definitely a strong player who deserves some respect. And yeah, everything's going to be taken out. We should be seeing a GG. I mean, when you're losing that much, there's no point. GG is called, and Byun will take it down and go up to play Parting next.